Hello and welcome to episode 59 of my Working with Todoist series. In this episode, I want to show you a little trick that I alluded to in last week's episode about dealing with your calendar, I think, or maybe it was in episode 57, how I organize my projects. But what it's related to is the karma points that you get, or the karma in Todoist. Now, what you'll see here is a number of lines, like completed in the last 7 days and completed in the last 4 weeks. Now, what I do is I use this to analyze how I am doing in terms of the projects that I am working on. Now, this sounds a little bit complex. Now, the original idea of karma points is sort of motivate you to do tasks. But there is another thing that you can do with karma points, which you can use it to analyze where you are focusing your attention. Oops, sorry. I'll go back into this. So, if you look here, I've got a red line here, these little red lines, and I've got all these green lines, and I've got some blue lines here. Now, if I look in the complete in the last 4 weeks, you can see I've got yellow, grey, yellow, red, and green and blue. So here is like a color-coded thing. Now, what these colors relate to is the color of the projects that you're working on. So yellow is my areas of focus. Grey actually relates to tasks that I've completed directly from my inbox. I've got a couple of yellow ones here. Red is my work and tickler file, and well, you can't really see the color very well unless your screen is exceptionally good at picking up color, but my tickler file is a little bit purple, and really I should change that so it stands out a bit more. Green is my routines projects or routines folder, and blue is my home or personal folder. Now, what I do is I use these to tell me where I am focusing my attention. And the way to set this up is if you go to your projects, which we've got over here, you can set the colors. So as I just mentioned, I think my tickler color is a little bit too close to my work color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Edit Project, and I'll click on the color label, and I'm going to change that to purple. Well, that's actually the color it is at the moment. So I'm going to change that to, let's go for this turquoisey color. So I'm going to save that. So now this color stands out quite against all the other colors. So let me go back into my karma points. Now you can see that the colors have changed. So I've got here, we have the tickler files that I've actually completed, and down here in the last 4 weeks, tickler. Now remember, my tickler file is just used for reminders. It's not actually used for tasks as such. So now I have a clear view of where my focus is. So on a completed within the last 7 days, yeah, I suppose if you're monitoring it in a very finite way, that would be useful. But I would suggest that you look at it on the completed in the last 4 weeks, because this is showing you the full week's version. So when I look at this, I can see that my number of work projects, this is the projects that are actually going to earn me money, is actually looking pretty good. Now, my routines I know is going to be a lot, because these are the everyday tasks that I have to do that are going to keep my life where it is right now. But the tasks in red are actually moving my life forward. These tasks are the projects, the work projects that I'm working on. I've got writing project here, writing project here, writing project here, a presentation lecture to start preparing for, and my single actions. But yes, and for those of you who've been following me, I know there is more than three projects in there, but the next couple of months I have a lot of projects on, and I'm quite happy to be flexible and break my 3-project rule. But anyway, so looking at it from here, these projects, all of these projects will or are earning me money right now, or will earn me money in the future, and certainly will be taking my life further forward because I'm learning and I'm developing new skills. So we go back to the karma points. So what you can do is you can monitor where you are spending all your time. So for example, if I was spending too much time in blue, which is home projects, yes, I suppose home projects could move me forward, but really they're more personal, social, that sort of thing. Yeah, they make me happy, but are they really making my life forward? For me, in my project list, work is the one that takes my life forward. I love the work that I'm doing. I find it absolutely fantastic. I'm one of those lucky few people who really enjoy going to work on a Monday morning. So what I really wanted to point out with this little episode is just to show you that there is another way that you can use your karma points. So for example, if I looked at the last 4 weeks and I saw that green was like more than 75% of my time, I would know that I'm not really moving my life forward. Looking at this list, this is looking pretty good. I think this week here was a little bit slow. I'm not sure why. But that particular week is the one that I need to be careful of. I don't want it looking like that. I really want it looking like this one here and this one here. That to me is pretty good. And over here, if I look on this day here, this was on Saturday. I'm very happy with that because obviously I got a lot of my work tasks done on Saturday. Friday was a terrible day, but then I'm going to be honest and say that Friday is generally a terrible day. For some reason, I'm just not in the mood. And this week, I did have a special reason for Friday not to be too much work because I did meet the one and only Mr. David Allen, the GTD guy himself. So Friday, I'm excusing myself on that one. Thursday was okay. Wednesday, not a good day. There's too small. So I can actually monitor this on a day-to-day basis. But really, the area you want to be looking at is the weekly one, and to make sure that the color of the line is not one or the other, so it shows that you're actually mixing things up. So I just wanted to show you that because you can use that in any way that you want to monitor your particular life. So if you're spending too much time in leisure activities, for example, and you actually color code the leisure activities that you're doing, this way you can actually monitor where you are spending your attention. So I hope you found this particular episode useful. I'm not sure if the guys at Todoist designed it this way, but perhaps they did. But it is a really, really good way of giving you an idea of where you're spending all your attention. And if you're spending it in one area more than another, then maybe it's time just to adjust your task list to make sure that you have a little bit more balance in your life. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. And also, I would just like to mention the Productivity in Tech Facebook page. I would really hope that you guys would join the group. It's for anybody who's got any interest in productivity. There's some great chats on there, some great tips, and lots of ideas for other applications that you may be interested in that could help you to become much more productive. So, join me again in the next episode, which will be episode 60 for Todoist. And in the meantime, I wish you all a very, very productive week.